One of the more interesting occasions in which to work out an applied musical routine was a teacher's course for the Head Start in Greensboro, North Carolina. Following the same schedule each day with special tunes of specified times, the children became conditioned to change of activities. The confusion accompanying changes was almost completely eliminated. The reason for Head Start or any preschool training is to give the child the opportunity to become aware of his identity and to set up success situations in relation to personal endeavor, as well as in completion. A child must learn to work and play with others, but even more important is the built-in pattern of success, which relates only to himself. Within a musically oriented day, there are many opportunities for the children to be exposed to successful situations. It is not necessary for the teacher to be a musician. She need not play or read music. The only necessary element is a willingness to sing. To a child, his teacher is the diva of all times, so no teacher need be shy about the quality or range of her voice. Do attempt to bring greater harmonies to the experience through the practices and through the application of self in making music. Even though it may only be on a comb or on glasses or on bells, on a harp, violin, or piano, make music. A good morning song gives the teacher and the children a chance to greet each other in an orderly, happy way. The teacher should use what she already knows and make up the rest. Literally, play it by the ear. This is an important factor among Head Starters, and it gives the child his first opportunity of the day to relate to his own identity. It may be chanted as his coat is being hung up as he takes his place in the circle of chairs. Each activity of the day may be introduced with a song. The teacher can make up her own words to popular tunes or television commercials, which all of the children know. If she will start humming the tune for the next activity before she tells the children to get ready for the change, they will soon sing it with her and start the desired activity without direction. Music is a must as a bridge between very active play and very quiet table work. Surrounding the body, there should be those things that pertain to music: rhythm, harmony, peace, undisturbed reaction. For those things that appeal to the imaginative forces of the body, this will make for much more calm and normal reactions. Energy built up in the play yard may be brought down by degrees without frustrating either the teacher or the children. One method of effecting a transition is to allow the children to march around their chairs to a tune which gradually decreases in tempo. The reverse can develop a more controlled recess period. When the children are brought up to an active state in an orderly manner in which they are exercising control, the transition to the play yard is less frantic. There is a more relevant application of the music to industry. It is important that music used in factories be timed to the movement of the machinery. A bridge is needed in order to harmonize the pulse between worker and machinery, where every object which moves in repetition has its own rhythm. The introduction of a different tempo causes discord in the pulsation. There are also muscular rhythms to repeated action which should be taken into account. As has been so oft demonstrated, every activity must be timed. which is the harmony or the rhythm of music itself, whether in the preparation for a shooting of a set or portion of a scene, or the timing necessary for the stroke of an oar or the stroke of a golf or tennis ball, or the necessary steps in the cycling of the body for expressions to others, in conversation or in writing of any nature, and the material expression becomes its timely. See the rhythm in the activity of every nature, whether in viewing the scrub woman or the artist in giving expression. See the timing of such necessary to make the activity valuable and of a spiritual nature in its essence. It may seem as if we are dealing with two rhythmic patterns, mechanized and kinesthetics, but actually the movement of machinery dictates the muscular process. The smoothness of the movement is directly related to the efficiency of the speed of production. A flowing melody above the compatible rhythm pattern should be selected. A variation in the speed of the machinery, of course, the accompanying music assists in keeping workers alert. Then, to enable all to see in their labors, by the very overflow of the abilities, and setting same to music, becomes a helpful influence for that of mental and spiritual development. Every employee in a mechanized plant is affected by the rhythm of the machinery. When it is within hearing distance, this is easily understood, but the more subtle vibrations are still picked up by the human mechanism at the distance and still reaches the nerves, causing tension and perhaps temper. A change in speed will break these patterns. In offices where there are no repetitious rhythmic patterns set by machinery, background music may make for harmonious working conditions. Obviously, the nature of the work in the office space dictates both use and selection, since the music should not compete for the attention of the listener. Every activity of human experience may be set to music, and keeping that of the spirit of the activity rather than the drudgery. Seen in the activity of every group, every figure, the representation of a phase of human experience, human endeavor, whether it be in the material activities of life from the viewpoint of the laborer, the scrub woman, or the executive in high places, that may be set to music in such ways and manners as to give and lend encouragement and bring hope and faith in the betterment of such relationships, such activities in the lives and experiences of individuals. Chants used in relation to meditation illustrates the same law of the bridge applied to one's self. Then the entity was the musician in the temple beautiful, the relationships with the activities of the body and the experience towards the rhythm which brought the experiencing in the physical selves, the raising within those adjuncts of every physical atom in the being, to be made in accord with spiritual influence that would be enabled through the activity direct. Hence the music and that which arises with same will create or build experiences in the entity's own activity that will make for the renewing of self from within. Through the intuitive self, the spirit of that which impelled the recorder of the notes or the music, and there is aroused in the sense that then that which will make for periods when not of self, but rather as of angels in the seraphim choir will be the activity, rather as the Spirit of truth. For know ye well that the Prince of Peace was a harpist himself. In the meditation, then, make thine action rather such as might be guided by him. We use chants to make a transition from the attention center on a finite to the infinite, or from this world to my kingdom within, as the Master Jesus expressed it. The vowel sounds in chants help us to differentiate the outer world of results, which we perceive with the five senses, from the inner world of our own being, which is the true casual world. The Edgar Cayce readings repeated over and over that mind is ever the builder. Spirit is the cause, mind is the builder, and the physical is that which is built or the result. In music, the entity finds much solace, much that bridges those distances, whether of the mental or of the spiritual forces. In the same attunement of self may be brought the nearest to the application of the innate forces of self, and to the entity the strains of same or music, whether in that of the deep vibration of those that raise up and up, or those of the higher chords that bind, carry for the entity that attunement of self in the sphere or element or phase of experience. The entity seeks a space. Well, were this development to a more acuteness in this present experience, for the acumen of experience to the entity is gained much more in a manner than may become concrete in samples of attunement of the soul where with the heavenly or happily choir. Some very important conclusions may be drawn from the readings on music, which, if applied, can restore harmony, balance, and creativity to the soul, mind, and body.